delicious. So in this video, we're going to be talking about everything that's wrong with my Audi TT. As you may know, I bought this Audi TT, which is my project car, the car I'm going to be fixing up and seeing where we go, see what sort of fun we can have with it. So obviously it's a 16-year-old car, so there's quite a few things that are wrong with it. So I'm going to share with you some of the things that are wrong with it and some of the things I've found out. So let's go. So first off, 16-year-old car, and to be honest, for the age of the car, it's not too bad, to be fair. The bodywork's all right, a couple little bits and pieces, but overall pretty straight and pretty good condition. Now we've got a little bit of some eating at the bottom there, a little knock on the wing which has to be sorted out, but apart from that, oh yeah, and this as well, there's a little bit on the back, which I'm not sure if I'm going to make a video for or get someone to fix it for me. We've got this here, but exterior wise, not too terrible, not too terrible. We've also got the wheel caps missing as well, all 4 wheel caps missing, so that's a pain in the you know what I mean. Apart from that, car's pretty okay, drives all right. So inside the car now, we've got the usual Audi TT extras I showed in the last video, but you don't own a Volkswagen unless it's got, or an Audi, unless it's got one of those, an engine management light on. So we've got an engine management light on, which we're going to have to run codes and work out what that is exactly. And we've also got an issue with the temperature gauge. I don't know if you can see it, it's just going past the 90, which means it's technically overheating according to this gauge, but these gauges have a common fault with misreading signals. So the way to check that that's misreading signals, or a good way, is to use the secret menu. So I'm going to show you how I do it. Press that one, goes to 1, and I want to go to 49 just by twisting that back. Once I'm at 49, I can press this button, which is basically like an enter, and you can see there it shows 76 degrees, whereas this is showing that I'm going past 90. Also, this starts at like this quarter mark here, which makes me know also that we've actually got a problem here. Now, it doesn't always have to be the motor. There are other reasons, there are other things it could be, but when you're driving the car, if it stays there, generally it's the motor. 9 times out of 10 it's the motor. If you're driving over bumps and stuff and it jumps up and down, then it could be an IC chip, which is you know, it's a similar sort of job but easier, if that makes sense. The same amount of stripping has to be done to fix the motor. So I'm pretty sure it's the motor in this one, so I'm going to be showing you how we're going to do that on a budget way. And the screen here, which you saw earlier, which is just a mess, we're going to be fixing that as well, because you can't have it looking like that. But these things are all common characteristics of an Audi TT of that age, and that little menu I think is just fantastic, really. I love stuff like that. It just helps you out, no guessing. It's also got lots of other options as well. You can find out the battery temperature and a few other sensors. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure there's quite a few options in there, but I don't know all of them, so I'm not gonna lie to you. So the next thing we've got to look at is under the bonnet, really, because we've got some issues under there. So let's go. Okay, so we're under the bonnet now, and first thing you're going to notice that there's no engine cover. That's gone somewhere, and all the screws around here, there's all supposed to be little screws in here. These plastic things, they're all broken, they're all dropped out, and yeah, they're just everywhere. Now when I'm driving this car, I can smell oil burning. I know what oil burning smells like because I've been in the game long enough, and just looking around, there's quite a bit of oil residue around. So we've clearly got an oil leak of sorts on this car. I'm not exactly sure where it is, but I have an idea. But we're gonna have to fix the oil leak on that. Also, I'm gonna change this bottle because I hate when it looks ugly and disgusting. And we're just gonna have a general clean up because it's Really quite dirty and grubby in here. Yeah, all that sort of stuff. You can see it's here. Also, we've got some top mount issues. Now these are the top of the suspension struts, and they're not supposed to have a gap like that. You're not supposed to be able to get your finger in between the gap. That sounds mental, but yeah, you're not supposed to be able to get your finger in between the gap because it's not meant to be that high. It's meant to be held down, and it really does give the car a horrible sloppy drive feel, and they can be noisy sometimes. So we've got some suspension work to do, we've got some oil work to do, and we've got some electrical work to do. So there's still quite a few things to do in this car, but I found out about this oil leak just by going to a shop to change something totally different. But I'm going to show you what it looks like underneath the car so you get an idea of what I'm talking about. To see what's going on. So you can see that there's loads of grease under there, loads of oil under here, so you know, you can just see how bad it is and how long it's been leaking all around. And it's all fresh oil, which is encouraging in a way, because at least you know that we should be able to find it pretty quick. If it's coming out this rapid, it should be pretty easy to locate. So you can see it's a bit of a mess under there, and these are the things that I didn't look at when I was buying the car. I know you should always have a quick look underneath the car, but I just use a bit of experience. And even if you look up here, you can see, I don't know if you can see that, but it's quite caked on. Everything under here is quite caked on, you know, all up there and stuff. So there's definitely going to be some cleaning going on. There it is under there as well. So it looks like a mess, and it's going to have to be something that I'm going to have to sort out, but it's all doable, and I'm pretty confident that I know what it is anyway. It can't be too many things given such a good supply of oil like this. So once you fix these sort of ones, it generally is fixed quite easily, generally, but I don't want to curse myself. But okay, so you get to see how mad that oil leak was at the bottom. It didn't look like much at the top, but I knew it had an oil leak when I bought it because I could smell oil burning, and you can see it's been leaking for some time. So the idea now is that whenever you have, like I've got in this car, a particular situation where the engine management light is on, when you've got a situation like that, what you need to do is you need to sort out anything that may be obvious. So things like that oil leak, because an oil leak can also create a vacuum leak. So you need to do everything that's obvious on the car, do a visual, and then check the computer codes, because it will give you wrong readings. It will tell you things like lumbar sensors are broken or oxygen sensors are broken, where it's just getting an additional air source from one of these gaskets into the engine, into the combustion chamber, and that will give you a false code. So you need to make sure you've got everything sorted out and in check before you decide to go to that. That shouldn't be your first port of call. You should always look first. So that's what we're going to do with this car. So I hope that makes sense. I hope you can follow us on this journey of sorting out this car, this project car, and get it up to the level that it's supposed to be, because obviously when the engine management light is on, everything's different. You don't get the boost, you don't get the power, and you really shouldn't do anything with a car until you've got it mechanically sound, because you can't remap it, you can't do anything like that because the car is not functioning the way it's supposed to. So these cars have got a few common problems, and that's what we're going to try and address, but clearly a heavy oil leak, so we're going to sort that out. Also, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, because we need you. I need you. I like it when you support the channel. I like it when I get feedback from you. All that stuff really makes this worthwhile. So don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, put a like and a button, tell me your ideas, join in with the banter and everything else. I'm also on Facebook. I've got a Facebook group and an Instagram group as well. So this is what we're doing. Make sure you're a part of it. Thank you again. Comment, rate, subscribe. See you later.